This is one of the foreign plant, alien plant that is very common in our Indian gardens, landscape places, and all kind of balconies and all. Mainly because it's very hardy, it doesn't get diseases, easy to propagate, and if you neglect also it will not die easily, so on and so forth. And it's called Tradescanthia spatacea, also called the oyster plant, and Moses cradle and all. It has some nicknames. This plant, it is widely used as a ground cover. When these landscape chaps want to do make a bed under the shady places and all, they use this. And it spreads nicely by itself also. It's from underground roots and all, it spreads. And it belongs to the Commelina group of plants. And it's a native of that South America, that is Belize, Guatemala and southern part of Mexico, and widely cultivated, and in many places it's gone wild and become naturalized. And it is invasive in USA and numerous countries, some 50 countries it has become invasive. And it's also classified as an environmental weed and escapee. It's spread by seeds that are dispersed by wind and cuttings, fragments and all. So easily it spreads. And for garden trade it has been taken here and there, in fact all over the world. And therefore wherever it is a tropical nice place, it spreads on its own. And it's one of the most successful invader. It has all the characteristics needed to escape from your garden and go and invade some surrounding area and all. Then apart from that, it has some other features I'll explain now. It's a colonizer, distinguished as well as distributed as well as naturalized, and it has numerous negative properties that make it dreadful. One is it is stinging and itching. It's a poisonous plant, and these dogs and all, if they eat it, or children swallow some bits and all, they can get poisoned. Then it's poisonous to dogs, to children. Nothing eats it. Cows and all avoid because it's of that poisonous character. Then further, it is ecosystem. It causes ecosystem change, ecosystem modification, because once it escapes, it drives out the local plants, whatever is there in that shady places, and then it modifies the environment, and it forms a monoculture. That is, it spreads side by side and finally becomes one huge patch. And it can escape and occupy disturbed places as well as proper natural virgin forests where there is good shade cover. And it is negative to human and animal health and reduces biodiversity. And these plants that reduce biodiversity, they also ruin the livelihoods. That is, suppose some natural grasses and all will be growing there, which cows and other herbivores and all can feed. This one will drive them out and occupy the place, and then there is no food for the cows and all in that plot. Like that, it spoils the livelihood of villagers and such people. So all in all, this successful invader is truly dreadful. If you are a nature lover, and particularly in India, it's better to promptly get rid of it. And that too, it spreads from cuttings and all. It spreads from seeds, cuttings, fragments. If one little piece is thrown out of your compound, it will go and start settling there itself and start colonizing and escape. And then so if you want to get rid of it, you have to collect it nicely and burn it to ashes. That's the only way. And many cultivars are there, like this, that color variation and all like this. And it's a horrible plant. All these kind of pseudo nature lovers can wax eloquent about its beauty and show off in their Instagram posts and social media, but in reality a real nature lover will never keep it. Get rid of it first and foremost. So that is a bit about this horrible plant.